Hello astronomers and welcome to the
NE Expo 2026.
Woohoo! Welcome to the PrimaLuceLab booth. Hey
Yeah,
Tom!
Yeah, hey Filippo.
It's incredible that we are here for the 10th year.
Thank you for coming from Italy.
Yeah, I'm so happy. It's beautiful to be here among the best. This is the best telescope show in the world.
Yes, it is.
There are the best manufacturers all over the world.
Absolutely.
From telescopes, all the brands, vendors. It's incredible. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Yeah, we have, and we can meet people, all our users. We have great feedback, so it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great show. All of our customers have been stopping by to say hey to you because you're such a celebrity.
No, I'm not, but it's fun.
Yeah,
It's great. It's fantastic. But now we have to show what we are presenting here at our booth.
Yeah. First, I think we should show is all of our hard work on the new Takahashi telescopes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So the Takahashi Epsilons, we now have telescope adapters for the Epsilon line for the 130, the 160, and the 180.
And this is the 160.
Yeah, this is the 160, brand new from Takahashi. We adapted our 3.5-inch
the low
profile focuser to it.
Perfect. So this is interesting because Omar worked together with the Takahashi factory team in order to design a special adapter to have the focuser at the precise distance from the OTA, from the tube, and to reach focus as the standard focuser.
Yeah. Well, you went to the factory
last year
and worked with them to make sure that this was the exact solution we need.
So it's a perfect fit, plus rings, and the ESATTO 3.5 inches focuser ready to shoot.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Well, but let's talk about maybe what's going on here with what it's sitting on.
Yeah. So we have a surprise.
A little bit of a surprise.
This is surprise for us, for everybody.
For me.
For you. This is really your mount.
This is mine.
This is your, okay.
Serial number 3.
So talk about that. Describe it. So the name is the Saturn.
The Saturn.
Yeah, of course. We have to name the Saturn because we have the eagle and we have
the Saturn takes the eagle to the moon.
To the moon. There you go. So easy. So tell me more about your mount.
Well, so it has a strain wave motor system, but a transmission belt, transmission system in it.
Wow.
To help alleviate the periodic error that you get from strain wave motors. Yeah. Also, it is dual encoder. Yeah. So that we won't need to guide.
Yeah.
It's 1.3.
1.3 arc-second error.
Both axes.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. And this is actually ALTAT's configuration.
It is.
But you like to use it?
I like to shoot in EQ mode.
Perfect.
You love
I'm the ALTATS guy.
You love ALTATS. I love equatorial. So we had to make it work for both of us. So we will put it into equatorial mode for me when I get home.
Tell me about the story, how this mount came from. I mean, this is a surprise even for PrimaLuceLab.
It is. But, well, after all your hard work with the space industry, they had some requirements for a mount that I think maybe only we could provide.
Yeah.
You tell them the story.
Yeah, so the thing is that initially we were searching for a mount for ourselves to develop our devices. Mm-hmm. And essentially we wanted to buy some mount, but we needed a very high precision in a form factor that was so compact to allow us to move easily and make our test easily, especially in Italy. You know, here in the US, you have huge spaces, beautiful skies. In Italy, we have to move. And cars are very small. So we need something that is portable, small. So we needed essentially a strain wave design mount, something like that. Mm-hmm. But we needed with a precision that we were not able to find in the market. Mm-hmm. So we say, well, we are PrimaLuceLab. We already develop product for ourselves. Mm-hmm. The Eagle has been developed first for ourselves. The ESATTO focuser has been developed for ourselves first. And so we decide, okay, we develop a compact mount for ourselves. Yeah. For our
selfish reasons. For selfish reasons.
Yeah. And we made 5.
Yeah.
For me, for Omar, one for you, the number three. There you have it. and 2 more for the guys in the company. So we had 5 months. And what happened is that last year, since we also work to support space business, space-related industry, last year we went to a space event and we had this mount that was demonstrating a small version of our ground station with the control software we developed, etc. And they asked us, they wanted to have this. So we developed the mount even more. And we introduced new features specifically related to the space industry, but that makes a great mount, an even greater mount for astrophotography.
Yeah.
Because now this mount is weatherproof, is fully ceramic treatment, and it's so fast, it can move axis up to 19 degrees per second. So essentially we have this mount, and a couple of months ago when me and you were talking about, well, what we can show you, and it was natural to bring the mount here because
I wanted
we have
to
it.
show it here.
We have it.
The best show in the world, we needed to show it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we wanted to understand customer feedbacks. I mean, is there an interest? Is there people that could be happy to have it?
There's been a lot of interest. There has been a lot of interest.
Absolutely. Way more than I expected.
Yeah.
So good. We'll see. So,
What else is new at the show, Filippo?
oh, well, there is, let's talk first about the introduction of the SESTO SENSO that we made.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
since we introduced the SESTO SENSO 3 a few months ago, so we have the entire lineup of the SESTO SENSO 3 now with encoder. So SESTO SENSO 3 is our focusing motor that now comes into 3 different configurations, 4 external focusers. Then we have the model for SET telescopes. And then we just released the one with photo lenses. So all of them, they come with encoder, USB-C connectivity, support for the ARCO as the previous generation. But the encoder makes the difference.
Yeah, now you can make a manual adjustment and you don't have to recalibrate at all.
Perfect. That was one of the things that our customer asked.
Very easy. Very,
And
very easy.
That's fantastic. And this is an important part of our platform, because we have to remember that our platform has been designed specifically to convert any optical telescope into a remotely operated telescope by providing an experience to our customers that can connect everything to everything else.
Yeah, we
without
believe in
limitation.
automation.
Yeah,
automation is key.
And to be able to connect any type of device, any type of telescope without any limitation.
You just need an ASCOM driver.
There
and
you
that's
go.
it.
It's so easy.
That's
That's why the Eagle has Windows built in, and we support any type of camera, mount, also through Play,
Yeah.
our astrophotography software.
You use the hardware you decide.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's so
beautiful.
easy.
Yeah.
So we have these two dual setups here. So you see, we have an Edge HD 80 inches telescope, fully, how do you say in here, rigged?
Fully rigged.
Fully rigged, okay. Fully rigged by PrimaLuceLab with the Eagle computer, ESATTO 2 inches low profile, the ARCO, and what do we have in front?
Alto Giotto for automatic calibration at the end of your night. Open and close your flat panel. It rests gently against the edge of the nice rigid dew hood from Celestron. Light comes on automatically and sets to the level for your filter, and you start shooting your flats. No need to go out and lay something on top of your telescope and have it slide off overnight.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's the power of automation also.
Well, so on this telescope, we've decided to lock the mirrors and use a Crayford focuser.
Yeah.
And we also then have the SESTO SENSO solution where if you don't want to do that, maybe you're using a rosin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
So
course.
then you need to use the primary mirror. So then we have that solution.
So one of the things that they asked us at the show is which are the benefits of the SESTO SENSO compared to the ESATTO. And usually we describe this as, if you have a very precise focuser, you might connect the SESTO sensor, you are fine.
Yeah.
Because usually high quality focuser, they don't have any slippage, any backlash, and you just need a motor. Very precise with advanced electronic, but still
Yeah.
you need just a motor. In case you have not a great focuser or telescopes with internal focusing system that usually they come with backlash, the telescopes, they also, this type of telescope, they also have mirror shift. It's normal, it's
Yeah.
by design, it's not a problem, it's by design. They are designed this way. By using an external focuser instead allows you to lock the primary mirror, and then you just use the low profile focuser to make fine focus adjustment.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
a
are ready
great
to go.
solution. Yeah, and the way we built it to fit between the mirror locks, that was very difficult.
That's Omar idea.
That's a tight
That's
space.
Omar. That's
a
Omar
tight
design.
space in
Yeah. So the low profile version of the ESATTO fits 8 inches, and of course it fits also the 9.25, the 11 inches, 14 inches, because they are simply
Yeah.
larger.
Yeah.
So, but Tom, now we should move
But
also.
we show this Celestron
Yeah.
here,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
configuration.
Yeah.
But there are more configurations
There
to
is,
be had.
yeah, one
from Celestron.
more thing to show. Let's go over because we have another surprise.
Let's go
Let's go.
visit some friends.
Yeah. So, in the last few years, I should say, we had a very nice collaboration together with Celestron team that, our Celestron is an important brand, of course. I think it's the most important and known brand of telescope in the world. And they have complete line of telescopes in different configuration. And we designed a solution that essentially is meant to bring more people to the joy of Altaz telescopes, also for deep sky astrophotography. So we want to show you something special that we just presented here at the NEAF. So, hey Gary, how are you doing, Gary?
Wonderful, Filippo.
That's great, that's great. So, I know that you own the CPC telescope.
Yes, the 11H,
Yeah.
1100, the big brother.
Okay, and you know it, but we did something special with it. Because here at the Celestron booth, we presented the Celestron CPC Deluxe HD telescope powered by PrimaLuceLab.
Yes.
What does it mean? Essentially, we created kits with all our devices, and we developed specific solution to connect our focusing and the rotation systems to the CPC Deluxe HD telescopes in order to convert this system into a deep sky system imaging that you can still use for visual and for high resolution imaging. And essentially, the great the thing behind this, the idea behind this, is that when you have an Altaz telescope, you have a telescope that is very simple to use. And I remember when I was 25, oh my God, a long time ago, okay.
Just last year.
Yeah, last year.
Just last year.
But when I was 25, I owned a CPC telescope. Back then, it was still the original one with the classic Smith-Cassegrain configuration. This is the HD one. And I remember the joy of using this telescope because it was so easy. You just bring the tripod, level the tripod, install everything in, it's already prepared, you have the handpad and you use it. So I used visually for high resolution imaging. I'm a geologist by study, so I love the moon. I have to record high resolution picture of the moon. That's it. So that was my perfect telescope for me. But when I started doing my deep sky astrophotography, the joy I had turned into pain because I had to buy the wedge to convert this telescope into an equatorial thing.
It instantly takes a simple telescope and turns it into something very inconvenient.
Yeah, really, it's no more the telescope that you purchased,
Yeah.
because you purchased it because it was simple to use, and then you convert it into something that is just the opposite.
Yeah.
So since we have the ARCO high resolution field rotator that we specifically designed to be also a field rotator, so this is not just a camera rotator, it's a very high resolution field rotator. I remember 20 years ago, 25 years ago close, the experience I had with the CPC. So talking with the Celestron team, we decided, okay, we have to do something in order to convert this CPC Deluxe HD telescope with the ARCO into a system that can be used also for deep sky astrophotography. And we are presenting here. And that's great because this instrument now can do everything, and the best thing of this system is that you can easily install an eyepiece and do your visual. Install a planetary camera and take high resolution picture of the moon and the planets, and add the reducer and have this, with the same camera, also deep sky imaging.
Yeah.
So you cannot do the type of deep sky astrophotography you used to do with an equatorial mount, because exposure time will be anyhow limited. But we have a compact guide telescope in parallel, so we are able to guide. We developed a system in order to let you guide in this configuration, even if this is not derotated, even if we derotate only the imaging camera, the main camera, and not the guide camera. But we have been able to develop it, and right now this telescope allows you to record up to 4 minutes exposure. Then you
That's
stack
plenty
them.
for stacking.
Yeah, you record 50 to 100 picture, you stack it with play, and you see the picture in real time on play
That's beautiful.
as you collect it.
Yeah.
So there is even no need to process, because you have a system that is controlled by play that allows you to automatically point, automatically align, automatically tracking, automatically also auto-guiding through PhD guiding, and you have your picture
Off you
in
go.
real time.
Yeah.
So it's an easy solution system. It's not a smart telescope. We are describing it also thanks to Gary that is
Yeah.
here, because Gary in reality he contacted me one year ago, I think, and he sent me the picture of your telescope that is a 11 inches CPC Deluxe HD.
Yes.
And he was using SESTO SENSO 2 back then, because we have the second, and you attach it somehow because you needed SESTO SENSO to control your ARCO, because you arrived at the conclusion that with the ARCO and the play, it was possible to derotate. And when he sent me this email showing what he was doing, I said, listen, I have to tell you something secret, and I will ship to you something secret. And so we started this collaboration, and so he was helping me to check that everything works, that the idea is fine. He's
He's been a great friend to the company.
great friend from the company, but he's also a great astrophotographer.
Yeah.
He sent me some high resolution picture of the moon and planets that I say, really?
Well, NASA likes his moon
Yeah,
photos
yeah,
so
yeah,
much.
yeah.
They hired him to do a video. So
Yeah, so it's an important thing. But essentially with this system, then you can do anything you want. This is not, as I was telling, this is not a smart telescope. It's a different thing. It's different from a smart telescope, like the Celestron Origin that they developed, but it's also different than a standard telescope. We all love the fact that you can buy your mount, you can buy your OTA, but the thing is that you always have to find out how to make it work. So if you are an experienced astrophotographer, you know what I'm talking about. You know how to connect parts, how to make them work, and it's fine. But for people starting, we are presenting this solution as an alternative way of a smart telescope solution. Because this requires an initial configuration, this requires some setting, but we documented everything in the integration and first use manual that we wrote with step-by-step instruction in order to create your telescope when you receive everything. and you're ready to go.
Off you go. Yeah.
And we presented this, today is Sunday, so yesterday.
Yesterday.
It's so brand new. It was
Brand
a
new.
surprise.
Yeah.
But people can find all the information already in our website.
Yeah. It's up there.
And personally, you know, being an astrophotographer, being a Celestron user by so many years, to work together with them on a product that we developed for them, it's a fantastic thing.
It is. It's been a great collaboration with Celestron. We've worked on other products with them, and they've just been super to work with.
Last year we launched the
Giotto for
For Origin.
Yeah, that has been a hugely popular product. Yeah.
fantastic. So thank you, Tom,
No,
again.
thank you for coming.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Gary, for helping
Thank you,
us.
Gary.
Yeah,
My brother.
absolutely.
Thank you.